This week on the announcers table, The Shield reunites on Raw, Daniel Bryan confronts Sami Zayn on Smackdown, and a big, huge return on NXT, and we'll also be discussing TLC. Welcome to another episode of the announcers table. I'm your host, B-Rod. As you guys saw this week on Raw, The Shield finally reunited after 3.5 years, which by far was awesome. And they're also going to be coming back on the same pay-per-view which they made their debut. And
when am I going to make my debut though?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the Botcher.
Look, I never agreed to this name. I don't get everything right the first time, but that doesn't mean I don't have talent. I'm great.
You botch everything you do.
I do not.
Just look at my entrance video.
But
anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going back to what we were discussing. So, Botcher, what did you think about the Shield reuniting?
Look, the Shield reuniting was great. I can't say that I was not excited, but I'm supposed to be the fourth member. I'm supposed to be in there with them. You know how great I would look in one of those vests?
Sasha Banks versus...
Think about it, Shield.
Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox.
She got that win over Alicia Fox, and you know what, Alicia Fox? You need to just let things go. I can't believe you Marshawn Lynched. You went and you pushed the referee.
Wait, Marshawn Lynched?
Marshawn Lynch, football player, got pissed off at a referee, pushed him, got fined, got ejected from the stadium. Same thing happened to Alicia Fox.
Oh, then we got Enzo and Kalisto feud going on.
Enzo, he got the crew. I mean, everyone at 205 hated him at first. Well, allegedly hated him because all of a sudden he's got backing. Kalisto got his ass kicked by 6 guys. And you know what? Kalisto, I know you could have taken him on, but sometimes you can't win every fight. I mean, luckily Mustafa Ali's actually came out and tried to help you out, but you know what? He just got his ass kicked just as much as you did.
The Bar versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, I think by far was the best match. Not only was it the best match, 2 members of the Shield retained their titles.
Really, when you set a bar, there's more than enough room to grow. So you know what, Bar? You're here. Let's get you to the Shield's level. Because you know what? When I join the Shield, I'll be right up there with them.
Alright, so we have Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt and Sister Abigail. Now, as you saw this week, Bray Wyatt was not on television as he was the week before. What did you think about that?
Look, this is by far the most anticipated match as far as I'm concerned. I can't wait for this match because you have the Demon meeting Sister Abigail. Oh, I can't wait to see this fight.
Now, do you think Sister Abigail is going to be an actual person, or do you think Sister Abigail is going to be a persona of Bray Wyatt?
I mean, clearly it's another personality of Bray Wyatt.
I would love to see an actual Sister Abigail. I would love to see it. I mean, there's rumors circulating saying maybe Paige, maybe Bray Wyatt's sister in real life. It may be just Bray Wyatt himself. But me personally, I would love to see a Sister Abigail make her debut. Bayley and Mickie James against Alexa Bliss and Emma. What did you think of that match?
That was a really good match. It showcased all the women's skills. And in the end, I mean, the right person won. Who won again?
I don't know. I think I went to the bathroom on that match.
And call me the Botcher. He's the host.
Okay, so then the main event was Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in a steel cage match, which I thought was awesome. And also, not only that, Kurt Angle had barred everybody from ringside. Shield members, The Bar, The Miz. But towards the end of this match, as Roman Reigns was about to escape the cage, here comes The Bar, which they were banned from ringside. So why didn't the ref ring the bell, being that they were barred from ringside? Not only that, we got the return of the Big Red Machine, Kane. What did you think of that?
They did not interfere.
They did interfere. Wait, listen.
Barely.
Listen, they did interfere. Not only did they interfere, Kane returned, and they left Roman Reigns inside pile of shit. They just destroyed him inside pile of shit. He got chokeslammed 2 times. He got tombstone. He got 2 running power slams. Me personally, I don't like Roman Reigns, but I was happy that they destroyed him in the ring, you know? But I mean, I'm looking forward to the Shield winning this Sunday at TLC.
Kane showing up, it did make it a fair match. They should not be allowed to have their fifth member.
Yeah, but the hounds of justice always prevail.
That's true. We always do.
Moving on to SmackDown, as you saw, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan get into a heated confrontation. What did you think about that?
Look, Sammy, Kevin, I love you guys. You guys are the best. But damn, even my feelings were hurt for Daniel Bryan. You guys went low blow.
I think even though he's retired, I think Daniel Bryan can still wrestle. And I think he is going to come back. It just may not be now. Maybe be for WrestleMania. Maybe for Royal Rumble. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to Daniel Bryan coming back. But it was a low blow on Sami Zayn's part, saying that he couldn't cut the mustard. One of my favorite things on SmackDown is the Fashion Files, which they renamed Pulp Fashion.
I was laughing. I could not stop laughing throughout the entire thing. Fandango and Tyler Breeze are doing a great job with the Ascension to just bring this air of funny.
They're so underutilized, Fandango and Tyler Breeze, but the way they're utilizing them in these funny promos, I just love it. And hopefully these guys get a shot at the tag team titles soon, because I think they're an amazing tag team. On to Baron Corbin versus Sin Cara. Wasn't a big fan of this match because it ended on a countout.
It felt more like filler than anything else, but Baron Corbin did come out and say that the open challenge for the U.S. title is now gone. Now that he's champion, it's all about him and he's going to set the rules. So, Baron, I say fine. Your title, you get to run it the way you want to.
The biggest announcement in SmackDown Live this week was the modern day Maharaja challenging Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. What do you think of that?
That, if booked, it could still not, it could still not happen. But come on, Brock Lesnar, are you really gonna back down from a challenge? We're supposed to hear from Brock Lesnar next week, so I know that Brock Lesnar is gonna show up just to beat his ass. But who knows?
But see, the thing is that Jinder Mahal, to me, he's not good on the mic. He's not a good wrestler. They only have him as champion because he's a good heel. He can really get under the crowd's skin. But I did like the fact that as he was making this announcement, my boy, AJ Styles, comes and interrupts and tells him that he's never beaten the Phenomenal One. Which is true.
That is true. Who needs skills? Who needs skills to make it in WWE? WWE, call me.
So then we had a rematch of Hell in a Cell, Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler, which Dolph Ziggler got the dirty win, which only makes it fair because the way Bobby Roode won it back in Hell in a Cell, he got the dirty win, now Dolph Ziggler. So now they 1-1. How do you think this feud is going to end or escalate in the near future?
I'm not going to lie, I wasn't a fan. It felt like another filler match for me. It was, we have a card space and we're just going to let it ride. We already have something going here, so why do anything else?
The main event, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Now that was a match.
That was a match. As you know, I'm a big fan of Shinsuke. Love Shinsuke Nakamura. I think he's a great wrestler. I like Randy Orton, but I think they should have gave Shinsuke a different partner. This match was amazing through and through. The ending could have been better, a low blow. Then the Helova kick by Sami Zayn. I did like that Sami Zayn got the win over Randy Orton, got the pin over Randy Orton. But then we find out that Shane McMahon is making his return next week.
Let's see what Shane McMahon is going to do to both of them. Who's the next match going to be against? Because it's going to be placed against impossible odds.
Now we're going to move on to my favorite show, which is NXT. Love NXT. Loved this since day one. First match was a triple threat women's title contention shot. So you had Sonya Deville, you had Ember Moon, and you had Ruby Riott trying to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way at NXT TakeOver Houston.
Sonya Deville, amazing MMA background. She was taking them both on. Yeah.
She was about to submit Ruby Riott, and here comes Ember Moon with the Eclipse off the top rope to hit it on Sonya Deville, and then she pins.
Completely out of nowhere.
And then she pins Ruby Riott for the 1-2-3, and she ended up qualifying for the Fatal 4-Way. Now, for the last spot in the Fatal 4-Way, you know, the general manager, which is William Regal, love you, man, always loved you, decided that he was going to do a Battle Royal at next week's NXT. You think they should do a Battle Royal, or you think they should have did another triple threat?
It's giving the opportunity to all the women who have not gotten a shot yet to make it.
We also had a really good match, Raul Mendoza versus Aleister Black. The best thing about this match is that the Velveteen Dream at the beginning of the match ended up showing up and putting on Aleister Black's vest.
Just taunting him left and right. He's just trying to get Aleister Black just to pay attention to him.
After Aleister Black hit the black mask on Raul Mendoza and won the match, he sits in the middle of the ring, and as soon as Velveteen Dream leaves, that's when he turns and
actually acknowledges him.
Acknowledges him, which was awesome. Also on NXT, they had an interview with Drew McIntyre about him being champion. But what I loved about the interview, that it was interrupted by Zelina Vega, who is Andrea Cien Alma's manager.
As many promos as WWE wrestlers cut, this felt very genuine in his love and how he set the bar high and how he wanted a final goal to be NXT champion. And he knew there was small goals along the way. And he did it. He accomplished every single one. My first goal, it's not to be on the show.
I like the interview too because it spoke about his real life struggles with the WWE when he first came in. Remember, he was signed at 21. He was branded as the next big champion, and he just ended up being fired. And then he ended up getting a second chance. I can't wait to see Drew McIntyre on the main roster. Hopefully he goes to SmackDown. I feel like Raw has too much talent. Way too much talent. SmackDown needs more talent. Drew McIntyre would be perfect for that roster. Cassius Ohno versus Cesar Bononi. To me, this felt like a filler match.
It definitely did. I mean, you clearly saw that Cassius Ohno did earn that win.
He did.
But it was, like I said before, just let's fill it. But NXT does tend to have a lot better storylines than SmackDown, and
well, that's because it's run by Triple H, not Vince McMahon. So the main event on NXT was the 6-man tag match between Insanity and the Undisputed Era. Your thoughts on this match?
An amazing match. The back and forth between everyone just went insane. First off, I mean, what's it called, Sanity?
Yeah.
They need to shave.
Sanity actually started to destroy Undisputed Era, but then the biggest return of the night was the Authors of Pain making their return. And remember, we haven't seen the Authors of Pain since NXT TakeOver Brooklyn when they lost the tag team titles. So now this paints a bigger picture for the tag team division down in NXT. Because you got Sanity, who are the champions. You got Undisputed Era, who's probably going to try to go after the tag titles. And you know Authors of Pain want their rematch.
They definitely do.
So what I see at NXT TakeOver Houston is a triple threat 6-man tag match. You know, 2-2-2. That looks to be epic. I mean, you know, NXT develops their tag teams beautifully. I mean, you know, they get messed up when they come up to the main roster, as you see, you know, Ascension.
Or Ascension.
Or, you know, American Alpha. Go figure. But
when our tag team makes it out.
Yeah.
And then I'll ditch them for the Shield.
Alright, guys. Well, this is it for this week's episode of the Announcers Table. I'd like to give a shout out to my boy, The Botcher.
I didn't agree to this name.
Guys, you can check him out on his YouTube channel. Botcher, do you want to talk about your YouTube channel?
Talking Flicks. We talk movies. This mofo's been on there twice, and yet he calls me the Botcher. You know how much stuff of his I had to edit out?
Yeah. No. Anyways, guys, be on the lookout for our next episode of the Announcers Table. We'll be talking TLC pay-per-view, Raw and SmackDown, and also NXT. Botcher, thanks for coming by. Until next week, we out of here.